Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another 65 video. In today's video we'll be covering the brand new 65 Dinosaur movie that released only a few days ago. If you haven't already seen the movie quite yet, I've posted my full movie review on the channel to give you guys a small understanding of what to expect for this movie. I'd highly recommend checking out the video to see an unbiased review of the movie. 65 is currently getting some mixed ratings from both audience and critics alike, and one of the issues was due to the odd pacing that this movie had. And when discussing about the odd pacing, we can for sure talk about the ending of the movie that just finished so abruptly. And that's exactly what we're doing here today. I'll be explaining the ending and post credits of this movie, so that you can try and make a little more sense out of it. So feel free to sit back, relax and enjoy this video. Oh, and one more thing. Just in case you didn't already know, this video will obviously contain spoilers for the movie, so please be sure you're okay with being spoiled or that you have already seen it. 65 first opens up on a different intergalactic planet called Samaris, home of another solar system within the Milky Way galaxy. Captain Mills, who is played by Adam Driver, is tasked to fly passengers across the galaxy to get to the other solar systems. In doing so, he leaves his family behind on planet Samaris in the process. Now, as we know, the mission sadly fails as he collides with an undocumented asteroid and he crash lands on planet Earth. Not modern day planet Earth, but Earth 65 million years ago. Koa, the only survivor of the passengers, learns that her family has sadly perished in this tragic accident after she was led to believe that they were still alive on top of this mountain. Throughout the movie, we also learn that Mills' daughter has also died via an unknown disease back on Samaris in the meantime. So what does this all mean for the ending of the movie? Well, during the ending of the movie, we see that both Koa and Mills are attempting to escape planet Earth before the tragic event of the KT extinction that ultimately ended up wiping out the dinosaurs. This historical path is copied in this movie universe, and is used as a threat for our characters. After a Tyrannosaurus Rex repositions their escape pod ship, they are then able to launch the ship out of the planet in literal seconds before disaster strikes. This then leads us with a sigh of relief knowing that both of these characters make it out alive. We see Koa lean over to Mills and hold his hand ever so carefully, as you can see he is slightly struggling with the events that just unfolded. However, not only is he overcoming what just happened, but he is probably thinking that now that he has survived his journey, he won't die and be with his daughter who he knows has passed away. On a deeper and depressive level, Mills must be feeling incredibly depressed to have made it out alive, but also very happy that he was able to help and protect Koa to start a new life. But with who? As we know, Koa's family has sadly died in that crash on planet Earth, and as far as we know, she's lost everyone. So what will happen to her? Well, given the circumstances where she had to try and survive and learn with pilot Mills, I am almost certain that off screen, Koa would have been taken under Mills' wing and be brought back to planet Samaris. Koa will then act as a new daughter for Mills so that he can give her a second chance with a family. After all, Mills lost his daughter and Koa lost her family. The pieces of the puzzle match up here to allow for this to be an everlasting story. Sadly, however, the movie ended so abruptly that there was no time to cool down from the events on planet Earth, when I thought it was a perfect opportunity to show Koa, Mills and his wife living their days out on Samaris as a family in a cute and emotional send-off for the movie. Not only that, but when we last saw these two, they were just slowly pushing into space away from planet Earth. Of course, we do know that help was on the way and that a support vessel was tracking their location to come and rescue them. However, we don't know how long that would have taken, what would have happened during the flight, and or if they would even survive attempting to reach Mills and Koa. For positivity's sake, we must assume that they were able to be rescued safely and brought back to planet Samaris. From what we can tell, Koa is trying to say thank you and calm Mills down in their escape pod at the end, where they hopefully look forward to their potential future as a family together. After all, this movie was dubbed as a family movie by Adam Driver himself, and I can totally see why. So with that, that's the ending of 65 explained. But what does that mean for planet Earth? Well, the post-credit scenes may be able to help us with that. Before we move on to the post-credit scenes, please be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. While we are currently discussing the 65 Dinosaur movie right now, this channel brings you heaps of Jurassic related content too. Any question that you want answered from the Jurassic franchise, you can most likely find an answer here on the channel. We're aiming to reach over 200,000 subscribers before the 30th anniversary of celebrations for Jurassic Park in June. That means we have roughly 3 months to attempt to try and gain 17,000 subscribers. Quite a big task, but doable if we all come together. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing as it costs absolutely nothing to turn that button from red to grey. Now, post-credit scenes typically show up right at the very end of the movie's credits. You have mid-credit scenes and a post-credit scene, but for 65, they slightly went down a different route. During the credits, we get a couple of scenes that explains what this event did to planet Earth, millions of years in the future. Throughout this ending, we see a slideshow-styled set of images that focus on the same place and scenery. This scenery is a specific area on planet Earth that we can see develop and evolve as millions of years go on. We can see Earth through the Permian era, the Ice Age, and then my favourite part, where we see the development of humanity slowly build up. We see small structures start to appear before getting to see big modern day buildings. What this proves is that in this movie universe, Earth continued in a very similar way to how we know it in our universe. The same events occurred that led up to the evolution of humanity. The only thing worth speculating about is that we never see humans themselves in any of these scenarios, which to me suggests that maybe these aren't humans as we know them. We all know by now that humans came via evolution, that's a pure fact, but what if in this universe, some of the bodies from the passengers on the ship, or potentially either Mills or Koa, left some kind of molecule or DNA behind without knowing, that was then able to survive this whole time that soon allowed human evolution to grow and spread around the globe? What if, in this movie universe, humans were never supposed to be on track to evolve on this planet, but thanks to the events of 65, this was the seed that was planted on planet Earth to allow humanity to thrive and grow to what we saw in the credits. Now, this is all speculation for the time being, but it's speculation worth thinking about. After all, we know that humans, or at least humanoid species, were living in the Milky Way galaxy 65 million years ago within this movie universe. We know that they can survive with oxygen, which is found on planet Earth. We're aware that some contaminated bodies were in fact left behind, as well as whatever viruses or DNA that was left behind via Koa and Mills as well. We don't actually see the species that built these structures at the end of the movie either. So, who's to say that in this alternate reality, these viruses or DNA took their time to evolve and adapt to Earth, but eventually created humanity. Humans weren't supposed to evolve on Earth if it wasn't for the events of 65. A pretty interesting theory if you were to ask me. But a theory sadly nonetheless. All we know is that humanity is confirmed to have started on planet Earth. Whether that's thanks to the main story of the 65 movie remains to be answered. But you can't argue. It's pretty cool to see the future story of planet Earth. So there you have it, the ending and credits of 65 explained. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this movie and where you would rank it. Let me know what you also thought of the ending for this movie and if this video helped you understand it a little bit more. Like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe for more, but most importantly, I hope you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you, did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.